When I met you in the summer, to my heartbeat sound, we fell in love as the leaves turn brown. And we could be together, baby, as long as skies are blue. You act so innocent now, but you lied so soon. When I met you in the summer, heartbeat sound, we fell in love as the leaves turn brown. And we could be together, baby, as long as skies are blue. You act so innocent now, but you lied so soon. When I met you in the summer,
Hey, traders. Welcome to the stream. Happy Wednesday. Happy FOMC press conference day where volatility was pretty nuts. We had Bitcoin swing between 39,694 all the way to 38,326, 3.45% swing in like, I don't know, maybe like 5 minutes or something when he was talking. So it was pretty fun to watch, but that's what you could expect. The VIX rallied, the DXY, the US dollar rallied, gold dumped. So there was a lot of action today off that little meeting, that conference. So I guess we'll look into it. Not too much has changed, right, for Bitcoin in terms of like not being able to break its critical resistance, the daily high candle close from January 8th, really big deal. And didn't we talk about yesterday, you know, what can happen at inflection points like that? When you are showing very clear, concise bearish divergence, you can get a reversal there. And it doesn't have to be much, but it happens. Okay, no big deal. Back to the Elon Musk.
Anonymous tip $25.
Support resistance.
Hi, Miss, please can you check IDEX?
Anonymous, thanks, dude, for the 25. We'll look at IDEX. Sure, dude. IDeonomics, right? Sound check as well. Mods, right? Are we okay? Music too loud, too quiet? You let me know. Thanks. Bitcoin down 3.46% on the day. But again, remember 38,554. Elon Musk tweeted the date of January 29th. We good. Awesome. He tweeted and pumped the dumps. And, you know, people are already asking, like, oh my God, is there already potential hidden bullish divergence in development? Yes. Yes, right? At any time when if Bitcoin decides to pivot before a low of 34,500, yes, no, I'm sorry, 34,800, yeah, you have potential hidden bullish divergence, right? Where you make a low on price, you then make a higher low on price, and you make higher levels of negative momentum. That's certainly developing right now. Now, it's at its highest point, so it's not losing, it's not maturing, I guess you could say. It's not quite what we need yet, but good to see that it could be happening in time. No matter where we go, no matter how low we go, even if we break the support, we could go all the way down to like 35,000, and you could still get it. Okay, so no big deal.
August 20th, $375 and 400 SPY puts.
What's up, Nick, dude? I don't know. We'll look at the S&P 500 if you want. I guess we can talk about that. I mean, the thing just hit all-time high. It's really tough to say. Really tough shorting in a market like this that's so whack. And the mega caps, well, at least Amazon, doing well today. I know Google, hey, Google caught that reaction at that pattern completion zone of the bearish sharp pattern. I believe. I think Matthew D would be pleased. We'll look at these if you want. Okay, but if you want some hopium, maybe on the horizon we could get some 4-hour impending price action continuation stuff on at least the MACD histogram, not the RSI yet, okay? RSI in the 4-hour just sitting at 50, right? Just right at neutral. So it'd be nice to hold the 200 moving average. It'd be nice to hold the Elon Musk tweet support resistance, but you don't have to, and it could still be okay. All right, just top of the range. Nothing insane has happened, right? Since yesterday, nothing. Everything actually is kind of going the way it kind of made a little sense that it would happen, right? Yeah. Okay. Ethereum unable to capture a high above 2,600. Really, really disappointing there, right? You tried June 9th. You've tried yesterday and failed. And so people will be like, oh my God, dude, is that an inverse head and shoulders? Get rid of the harmonic real quick. If it's an inverse head and shoulders, potential inverse head and shoulders, it could go as low as 2313. You know, I mean, the most conservative way of looking at it, right? If you ever wanted to take like a legendary swing trade opportunity, you'd wait for $2,000 because of X, A, B, C, D, a Gartley down there. But, right, anything below 2,500, you got to be like a little, I'm a little sketched out by that. I don't really like that. But hey, if you just keep making higher lows, I guess eventually it'll all play out, all work out. So just make a higher low than 2250, and maybe you get a mini inverse head and shoulders there, right? It's just going to go where Bitcoin goes, but it will probably outperform Bitcoin when it goes down. But I don't know though, because Bitcoin dominance, right? Bitcoin dominance, where we're, and Ethereum to Bitcoin pairing, right? Where Bitcoin dominance is still looking pretty good. Very, very little resistance where you are after hitting an 88% retrace from your all-time lows. Okay, it doesn't show up on far. Yeah, I mean, look left. Left, there's just not really anything here. I mean, not strong. I mean, it's normally like historically straight down, straight up, straight down, straight up. And then, of course, straight down. Almost straight up, straight down. So after a garlic like that, you just couldn't be surprised that Bitcoin eventually sees 50% market cap dominance again, no problem. Right? No problem, man. So altcoins could just continue to underperform Bitcoin, even if Bitcoin sells off. And then you think, oh my God, Bitcoin volatility must be nuts. So we looked at it yesterday, every day, because there's not too much to do in the crypto space, but look at all the charts, I guess. And it's still just right there in a major range where historical events have occurred, where volatility begins to subside. After being in this range long enough, you start falling back, to the bottom levels of the range, right? It goes all the way down to 24 and 32. This is historical volatility, man. All right. So bearish convergence going on, and I think eventually you will fall out of this and dump. Probably volatility will dry up like it always has historically. So we'll see. Bitcoin, Ethereum. We're gonna look at Litecoin that also just never hit that PCZ at the harmonic. Hey, you might get a chance, but it's still not making lower lows yet. Still. I like that, man. Hold on a sec. Yeah, I mean, you say, is it 3 rising valleys? Or, I mean, it could be a 3 rising valleys. It looks pretty good. I mean, it's just not able to get to its pattern completion zone around 135, 136, because it bounced off another historical support resistance at 145, 146. Accumulation is very apparent on Litecoin, at least locally, for now. Okay? That's it. Accumulation locally. I don't know if you would take action on this or not. I mean, I think there are just better assets out there to take action on, where there's just no question about it. They are lowest risk. I don't have to worry about it going down, taking along here and then it dumping all the way back down to 145, because that's what makes sense historically, what it normally does, like straight up, straight down, straight up, straight down, straight down, straight up. That's kind of where you are. If you can't break 172, 179, you normally make it all the way back down to 146. So yeah, hidden bullish divergence on this one too in development. A little way too early to say for certain if it's maturing or not, right? And then across the board, right? Altcoins are down on average 3 to 5%. Doesn't matter where you go, right? Except OMG. OMG is awesome, dude. Thanks for the 1, dude. Michael, what happened? Yeah, it's over OMG. It's only down 0.64%. There was no bearish development. I mean, it could sell off all the way down to 473, and then it could be painting a beautiful textbook potential inverse head and shoulders. Whoops, he says. Thank you, dude. Bruh. Thanks for 25, man.
Michael Parker tipped $25. Whoops, lol.
Whoops, lol. Thank you, dude. So I won't change my tune on OMG until it really starts falling below 434, because you get double bottom here, you get inverse head and shoulders. There's a lot of things that could be going on, and this is textbook. This is like, and it's not just locally the harmonic, it's the deep retrace that we keep talking about from the previous discernible major swing low from December to its, I think, all-time high. It's that 88% retrace too. So it's just value within value on this one, and there are a few other ones that look very similar to this, and it's just like beating a dead horse, right? Because we're here, if I'm here like streaming 7 days a week or just like consecutive days, Not much changes in a 24-hour period, even with Jerome Powell speaking. But that's not the case on other markets where there's been a lot of change, right? Where, the thumbnail, I guess we can shift over real quick to lumber futures that I tweeted about. Dude, all right, FOMO's terrible. This asset, which is lumber, hit a 423.6% fib extension, 1657, before massively reversing. And on the daily, remember the 200 simple moving average was tested, and it's just right at it, down 14.35%, actually oversold. Lumber is oversold on the daily for the first time since April, COVID crash lows, when there was a cash grab liquidity crisis where everything did that. So, and that's it. So it could be there for a while, but this is like massive correction stuff, which was kind of desperately needed. I mean, it's just getting out of hand. So we'll see if you catch a bounce or reaction at the 200 moving average. There's also the previous high from late August last year and December of last year. Clearly a level where once you broke it, you gapped down, you back tested it once, twice, kind of 3 times before having that insane buying climax that ended May 10th with a huge bearish engulfing candle on the daily. Wow. Negative momentum is obviously at its highest level of all time. That happens when price gets like that. So we'll see if we get a relief rally at this 200 moving average or 820, which is where it's caught it before. But kind of knife catching territory still, just because your oscillators are, I get it, you're oversold, but again, that doesn't mean that it's just going to have a huge reversal, right? You would wait for divergence or something. You got none of that. You could run up, rally, fill a couple gaps, make a lower high, and sell off again to lower lows.
Sorry I missed the $20 min. August SPY puts. Thanks.
Nick, thank you, dude. Yeah, again, we'll look. AMD. Is it
Michael
bull flag?
Parker tipped $25. Hey again, lol, can we take a look at
man.
AMD on the 4 hours bull flag forming?
Thanks for the love, dude. We can look at it. I don't know about bull flag, right? I think Matthew D looked at it, and I'm kind of a little weirded out by it too. You got the chip shortage so bad, and then you've just got like lower highs. I don't know, man. It's a range, and you're looking pretty weak deep into this range, right? Is it last point of supply on Wyckoff distribution? I'll feel better when it rallies and makes a higher high than the previous local high, but it hasn't done that, man. It's been pretty weak. We'll look at it. Thank you, dude. All right, get wrecked lumber. So let's look at, in the commodity space. Let's just look at gold. They got wrecked. What's up, Batson, dude? Ooh, God, it got hit even worse. Wow, I was looking at it and it was testing that supply line, and man, I guess it just took a turn for the worse.
Liaison tipped $25.69. The Q's because that Joe McKeesson would be appreciated. When Penthouse Space Stream.
Penthouse Space Stream, good question, man. Well, I got to get moved in fully, totally. Friday we'll be doing that, but I think it's just going to be an ongoing process of just things. I'm purchasing a lot of new things because just, it's like a temporary style versus here, which is much more traditional. So just kind of doing a full-on reset, a great reset of my interior decorating. So soonish, but also laterish at the same time. Thanks, dude, for the $25.69. We'll look at the Qs as well. So, hey, man. Oh, it's doing the thing again. Great.
Hey Mitch, did FTM just do the confirmation retest you were looking for? Can we check it out? Thanks.
We'll check it out, FTM. Thanks for the 20, dude. Thanks for the eggs. Gold, negative momentum at its highest level, my God, since August, late August, which was, in fact, after the buying climax was concluded and you were just attempting a rally and failing, making lower highs, 3 consecutive lower highs. Hey, classic distribution up there, man. Know your patterns. Know what they look like after huge runs up and sell-offs. You can see that stuff. Bitcoin was doing similar stuff a multitude of times, at least in the 4 hour on the way down. I mean, just all the way down. It's kind of like that. So, hey, man, now you understand why it's always a good, if you're taking along at an inflection point, you think it might be breaking out, you're placing your bets. It's always a good idea to where if you look left, where a trader set it up their highest point ever in 2011 at like 1900, that's why it's always a great area to exit a trade. I mean, like, you know, you can layer out on the way up, but just remember, like, the reasoning behind this trade set up from May 5th, a little over a month ago. It was just like, okay, 1903, you could understand the strategic reason why it'd be the last target, because I just showed it to you, right? So, okay, man, momentum shifting structure, it's a cute little pattern, you're above that 1762 area, okay, it's now or never, you know, let's take our shots. And then it's like, boom, okay, it hit the third target and then hit it again, up thrusted, and then sold off, then rallied and did what? It back tested the up thrust, which is the inverse of springing, back testing a spring, a form of confirmation, bearish confirmation, that what was once resistance and up thrusted through is resistance for sure again. And it did it once, just kidding, it did it twice. And boom goes the dynamite, right? So it's just, that's why you strategize, you know, profit taking levels by looking left at historical highs and lows, right? And it can help you make decisions, rational decisions on risk management, right? Okay. So now, what were we talking about before that would look so insane? It would be so legendary, as if we could just go a little bit lower now. We could go down to 1760, right? Heck, man, we could even go to 1750. And what we'll be looking for. This is something we've actually drawn up on this stream before, right? Where you have a left shoulder, a head, a right shoulder, and you get this amazing potential slanted inverse head and shoulders pattern. And you back test what was once extremely real support resistance you regarded as support.
Noise!
Can you take a look at XMR? Please, sir.
Yes, Mr. Loaded. Thanks for 20. Sorry about the noises. I don't know, dude. Stream elements is so dumb, dude. Every day, man. Every day it's something else. Always. Okay, so anyway. Now, I guess, since we're here, I would prefer, actually, if you were to give it to me, if the composite operator was like, Mitch, where do you want me to take all my bids and never let this thing fall below? I'd prefer it never falls below 1800, right? Ever. Because that is it. Look, 3 different times, 2011, 2012. You want to back test that like the Jesus, man, like perfect. And make a higher low than that left shoulder, right? And then break back out of the supply line, right? And then you would run back up. And that could be like a low risk entry area. But you got to start showing something maybe on the 4 hour. I do kind of like how oversold it is. It's super oversold a couple times now. So, I guess you could start making classic bullish divergence at any time, but, yeah, I guess, like, market participants did not like the Fed press conference today, what he was saying, you know. Which, I mean, it's weird because inflation is higher than they projected, right? It's like 3.14% or something like that. But dude, I mean, they talk about inflation, but ping patrons, did you know that the Federal Reserve or the Fed, the metrics they use to gauge inflation has changed 20 times in the past 30 years? And if you were using like the 1980 model or whatever, we'd be at like 18% inflation or something stupid right now. So just, there you go, dude. And then like the 1992 or 94 model would be like 13% inflation right now. So yeah, there you go, dude. It's just kind of, I don't know. So I think there's a little bit further it could fall, but it is oversold on the 4 hour at least. But I don't think there's any kind of edge right now on the daily. But at some point you could eventually say hidden bullish divergence, as long as it just makes a higher low than 1685. Again, don't fall below this gray area. All right, cool. Anyway, I spent a lot of time on gold just because it's in the headlines and things are happening to it. All right, let's look at the U.S. dollar. You know, that really, really strong, man. Like, remember that time there was a bullish shark and there was classic bullish divergence and there was a supply line and it broke the supply line, and now it's soon to be testing the 200-day moving average for the first time truly since April 13th. You'll be soon testing a major inflection point. Yes, very real. You can look from history and see it over and over and over again. Look, a high from 1988, a low from 1990, a high from 91, 92, 94. Look right here, 1998, 2003, 2004, 2005. My God, 2016, 2017. As recent as friggin' 2021. If you can break that, man, you know, that could very well be a major weekly double bottom. It makes plenty of sense why a major reversal could occur there, because the wave analysis, right? The huge bullish shark pattern. Okay, catching a reaction low. Okay, nice reaction. Ran to 93, sold off. Maybe this is the reversal low. And if you go from one low to the next one, look how much higher the relative strength is in the first low. And that's where if it ever broke 91 again, it could very well run at least to like 95, but maybe even 97. Okay, so that's a big deal going on the US dollar right now. I mean, up almost 1% today. Dang, dude. Okay. Anyway, so cool things all around. Let's look at the S&P 500. That did dump. It did in fact dump, but it is above that 4,200 area. Someone's asking about midterm puts, where he's got. I mean, hey, maybe. Is it? Do you think it's double topping? There's daily bearish divergence for sure. I mean, my God, a high and like a slightly higher high, almost the exact same high with that level of positive momentum. That's pretty trash, dude. That's pretty bad. So that's real bearish divergence on a slightly higher high. You break 4,200, 4,190. I mean, you're thinking 4,120. Yeah, I mean, are you trying to place your bet on a double top? That's what he's asking about. I mean,
Cheers. Hope you have had as much fun moving as I have. So.
Is that a joint?
Fun.
Oh, I'm not gonna have fun. Oh, it's it costs me an arm and a leg, right? It's just like expense after expense after expense.
How bad do you see a DXY affecting BTC if it gets to 95?
It's probably not really good, man. I mean, you know, we've seen like these major reversals. Well,
can we look at SHIB/USDT on Uniswap? Seems to be in the later stage in a accumulation range with massive hidden bullish divergence. Class A on the daily. Will be listed/tradable on Coinbase Pro tomorrow. Bless.
Oh God, dude. Thank you, PK. We'll look at Shiba Inu coin. A huge, fantastic joke. A ripoff of Dogecoin. They figured, hey man, let's just start a coin and call it Shiba because people are dumb enough to buy Doge. It'll work perfect. And now it's getting listed on Coinbase. Wow. Okay. So what was the 375 puts, so that'd be 3,700. Wow, man. I mean, that's like 3,700 is your strike price. I don't know if you'll get there. That'd be terrible, though. Dang, man. What's your break-even price? You know, that's a long way down. You'd be calling that it would fall below the demand line of this huge structure you're in, too. I mean, because that only takes you to like 3,900. So I think there could be a short-term reversal here, or maybe a midterm reversal where it is, you know, this could be a potential partial rise, but I think it's a little too early. It sold off like this today because of the, you know, FOMC press conference, like a lot of other things did. I don't think it's. But yeah, bearish divergence is very real. It's developed, but it hasn't really broken anything technically too bad. I mean, you have to be like breaking like 4,059 for a neckline to be broken of a potential double top. And then you just got like the money printer, and then the trend is against you bad, man. I don't know, betting against the stock market, index fund, it's not going to be easy. Calling the tops. Many people have tried calling tops before, but what happens normally every single time? You end up making almost the same low or a higher low, higher lows, higher lows, higher lows, higher lows, higher lows every single effing time, except for the COVID crash. And even, then, I mean, that's like, wow, that's a once in a 10-year plus event that occurs. I mean, that was technically, in the history of the stock market, the fastest 30% drawdown ever, and then the fastest recovery ever. So I'm just like, it's really tough, man, having puts on the S&P 500, especially that low, Money printer, man. It's like boomers. Everything depends on this thing, this index fund right here, and the other ones. Like, that's like civilization, dude. They aren't letting it, man. We saw after the global financial crisis, they're not gonna let it. If it crashes, they're gonna do something about it every time. I was saying, I did say it was historical. It had never drawn down that fast, so, But yeah, I mean, like, hey, you could get something like, 400 puts or something, probably a lot more, reasonable. But for $37, or you said $370 puts, which is $3,700 on the SPX, that's a long way down. We'll see. All right. All the index funds didn't do very well today. Dow Jones kind of double topping too, but no technical damage done, right? I mean, like, you're not doing any damage technically till 33,005 and change gets broken, and then after that it's like 33,200, and then yeah, I mean, there's very little support resistance. But yeah, it's just like, dude, again, it's like every time you sell off, every effing time, just about, you make a higher low or the same low. They could go all the way down to like 31.7, 31.1, and probably still make a higher low and then bounce and run again. Index fund, crazy, dude. Hard calling tops. Small caps, what happened? You're still at that major top of the range, and this is exactly where reversals could occur, bearish reversals. So, heck, it might be. I mean, this seems like the most strategic way to take a short on an index fund or something, right? You're top of range, but you're making like, I don't know, making about the same lows down here. So it's certainly just range bound, and if it can't break it, there's a long way down. 2087. Then you got NASDAQ Composite. All right, we're just going through, man, making the rounds. Couldn't break 14,176 for the third time. You pulled back, right? You sold off all the way to 13,093 today, but then rallied all the way up to 14,039 to close out. And we knew that, like, even if it sells off at this point, it could still end up just making a higher low than the previous low and then run it again. It's just money printer go burr. It's unreal. Beautiful structure consolidation, though. Hard to argue with that. Okay, and then, what was that, the QQQ, just because, why not, what were you saying, Batson, something. Bueller. Education. So, I mean, this one's kind of a little bit more like a rising wedge, a little bit. But yeah, it's just kind of like, I think, confined within a major channel. Higher highs, higher lows. And just had all-time highs. It look what it did today. It back tested on that sell-off. It back tested that February 16th level that was once resistance became support. So no technical damage done yet, but I could certainly see why someone would be placing rational bets against the market, because, you know, you made a... It's kind of like Bitcoin a little bit. Remember what Bitcoin did, dude? Remember up here, it was kind of like, you made a high, you sold off. You made a higher high, you sold off, and you made a higher low. You ran up and you made a slightly higher high than your previous high. You know? And then it was just like, okay, the third time, it was all over. It sold off, made a lower low, and then a lower high. And it's like, oh boy, right? So I get it. You know, I get why people would be concerned. And I'm not like arguing with you. I think it's like, it makes sense. I'm like, money printer go burr every effing time on this market. I mean, good God. Right? But yeah, third time. But what happens if it holds and rallies and goes up one more, goes up to 350, hits the supply line of the channel?
Can you look at ZNGA when you get a chance?
We'll do it, Kenny. Thanks to 20, man. Zynga, mobile gaming. Yep. Do it. Certainly some bearish divergent stuff. You know, I mean, like lower levels on your oscillators on the slightly higher high. Yep. But, you know, I get you, man. I understand why you'd be like, people would be concerned, you know? Right, and you could just take out the channel and just do this. And what does that look like? That's a nasty rising wedge, dude. And that's probably what's happening. I hear you, Nick. I mean, one might hit, the other might not. You know, strike price.
$375 and $400.
That's pretty gnarly, isn't it, chat? If we readjust here and we look at really that structural development here, it's two upsloping converging trend lines, which is seldom bullish. You know what I'm saying? So, and you failed. You didn't hit the top yet. That you did not hit the supply line yet, which you could. So just be mindful. That is not a pretty pattern. After look at that, man. That's crazy, dude. Think about the asset appreciating value from the COVID crash low to where it is now. You know, 444 days, up 100%. And you're painting that pattern. Can't say there's any value on this market right now. It's all extreme premium, isn't it? Yeah, it's premium. So I get why people would be a little concerned. It makes sense. Okay. We can look at futures real quick before we start getting the requests, because we kind of covered the you know, multitude of markets there across the markets, man. You know, you had a huge drawdown when you know, Jerome Powell started speaking, and then towards the end, when it was in the Q&A, and you know, when it ended, I mean, you had a really nice recovery, but only making a lower high. Again, this is like 5-minute chart. This is just me looking at the price. I'm not doing TA on it. It's just it rallied, and then, you know, when the market closed, I believe that's when you sold off again about 50% on the S&P. Dow Jones underperforming, going down to like 88%, you know, on that sell-off after hours, and then the Qs selling off probably only about 38%. So the Qs, or not the Qs, sorry, the NASDAQ futures outperformed the S&P. The S&P outperformed the Dow Jones. Wow. And then Bitcoin, it is gross, right? Not really. I mean, just kind of selling off because bearish divergence at an inflection point. It's just Bitcoin made too much sense, right? So, okay. Ooh, goodness. Momo shifting. Ideonomics, man. So here we are. You know, obviously $1 to 150 was your crazy inflection point, bottom of a range that goes technically all the way back to 2008 and 2013. You are just, maybe this is a backup. You know, this is I really like seeing these consecutive higher lows over and over and over again. Right? I mean, just think about it. You got every time, man, using Fibonacci, like from the low point to the high, 88% retrace, right? From the low point to the high point, 78% retrace. All right. From this low point to high point, what'd you do? 78 to 88% retrace. Okay, so it's just doing that. Cool. I mean, so now, I mean, have you really put in a higher low yet? Kind of hard to say.
Michael Parker tipped $25. Hey again brother, can we take also look at BBW that spilled a bear workshop lol?
We can look at Build-A-Bear. Not 'tis the season or something, right? They're like Christmas time. Yeah, we'll look. We'll do it, man. So 341's Promised Land. That's your ticket. You break 341, that is where psychotic price action behavior occurs, right? You break 341, boom, you get a 674. I mean, yeah, sometimes you up thrust and fail, and that happens, right? And that's exactly where reversals occur too. So you are very, very close to some crazy stuff, right? This is exactly, and I really like in the context is where you just got consecutive higher lows. You're in an uptrend. You're making higher highs and higher lows. And I like from the previous low to high, you made an 84% retrace. That's deep value perceived areas. You're above the 200-day moving average. You technically bullishly, kind of bullishly engulfed today. All right. Always the chance it could run down to 245, and it still would make a higher low. But you can just see right here, just right. The momentum is shifting here clearly. And if you ever break 341, I think you got a real good shot of seeing the same type of price action you've seen almost every single time before, right? When it's broken for real, it goes ludicrous. All right, so you could say, all right, then 550 could be your target here. If this truly rounds out and breaks 341, you could go to 550, and it wouldn't be that weird. It would be historically accurate because that happens almost every time, except a couple. Right, but that's the game probability. It's not always gonna 100%. It's not like Olin, right, where it's like once it hits that support once every 10 years, it literally every time goes insane. And it just so happens that this time on Olin, it was the most insane ever, right? Anyway, sorry, just going through my mind of just assets that do things certainly. Noise! God, I think it scares me, man. That noise.
ICP, 4 hours butterfly, X on May 19th, D on June 11th, divergence on both oscillators with confirmation low, just no ice line, confused face.
What's up, John Z, man? Well, just no ice line kind of sucks, right? That's definitely what you want all the time. So we will look at it though, okay? IDEX, one to have on the watch list to pay attention to. Outperformed the market today, up 5.54%. 341, you break 341, you could say bye. You could go nuts. You could have a headline day. Technically looks great right now. And for a lot of reasons that we just went over. Okay. There you go, Anonymous. Thanks for the 20 baht. Alright, AMD. I like the song. AMD, man, right? It's like it's not making higher highs, it's making lower highs than all the highs, right? The one from March 15th, the one from April 9th, the one from April 20th, the one from April 29th, right? You're just struggling here, man. Down 0.45% near the bottom of the range. No accumulation, right? I mean, you know, the only reason I think, and I was like paying attention to this like vividly, like AMD, the only reason this crazy buy wall did not get taken out and you dumped substantially is because the news-driven catalyst of AMD with their like billions of dollars of share buybacks, and that was what ushered in that nice engulfing candle, which is, you know, manifested into a rally, a break of somewhat of a supply line. But again, no lower highs made yet. Now, what could be crazy is like, you know, something bad happens. What if you came down and like back tested this area before going higher and making a higher low, and then momentum would be shifting? I think you need a little bit more data to feel confident, you know, like more upside. I think, you know what I'm saying, like hidden bearish divergence on the daily right now. I mean, depending on what where you, yeah, from the actual high, yep, from that actual peak from April 28th, where the histogram island is right here, that is hidden bearish divergence, man. That's not a bullish thing. Sorry, that was on the daily for the 4 hour. All right, that is hidden bearish divergence for now. And at the same time, you have it on the RSI as well. This is the daily, not the 4 hours. It's a significant time scale. Good. What's going on, man? So maybe we'll see how it can respond to a $76 support. Maybe you get back down to that zone. Maybe make a higher low than that May 18th low. And but for now, it's kind of hard to be like, oh, great time to take a long on AMD. It is not at a strategic area for a long at this current time, at this current price of $80. It just isn't. Even if it goes up tomorrow and keeps going, how can you say that it's a strategic area to take a long, right? Because it's off the inflection point, the bottom of the range by some, and how do you set up a stop loss if it's up that much, right? You want to have a stop below like $73, you know, to protect yourself from getting wrecked, because it's like that's the only history. The IBM market share stolen, and then a few days later earnings. It was amazing. It was the trade of the year last year. If you remember, if you were a patron, it made us super tendies. It was like Christmas in July. Christmas, yeah, that was the meme. It was like the grandma's boy. Dude, it's July. I'm just putting my Christmas tree decorations, man. Yeah, it was crazy. Anyway, so not feeling too great about AMD right now, but I am convinced on Nvidia that, you know, it's up 0.12% today. Hit a measured move of the Wyckoff accumulation range above the 200-day moving average. Wonderful rally, in much better shape than AMD right now. Way better.
Could you take a look at $QTT?
What's up, Sata Geggy? Thanks for 20, dude. Sure. We'll look at it. So, Canary price action. We're talking Canary, yeah. Real, dude. Not a joke. I would say, how would we do this? We go from this local low to high to low. You're at the golden mean ratio, the 1.618. So that makes sense, like why it's reacting here. If you did break that 712 area, which is literally 713, that's where you are. If you did break it, you could go to 824 as the 2.618 fib extension up there. Just looking at the semiconductor, right? Just the other beast in the market. So it was like, do you also have a supply line? You think you broke this? Look, you broke the supply line as well. You know, I mean, gorgeous. Maybe you back test that too, like 680. All right. It's like a long-term holds. Long-term hold. My God. $1,000 at some point one day. So Michael, unfortunately on AMD, not really a bull flag, I don't think. I mean, it's making a lower high. Sorry about the noises, chat. I'm sorry. Like, for real. Like, I'm just...
Can you take a look at
maybe I just need to reset my OBS.
Thanks,
like every single day or something. We will look at it. Farmer, Heaven, thank you for the 20. Alright, egg. We're talking about reaction low, reversal low. Confirmation low? I mean, remember we're talking about 26 cents, which was that high from late January. Inverse head and shoulder. It's very, very similar, if not identical to OMG in everything it's doing. It could be like the same market participants, you know, driving these two assets, how perfect they look, at least locally. This is like possibly, hey, dude, anything above 26 cents, the closer you get to it, I mean, that's real nice right there. That's a strategic potential entry right there. So, the lower you go, the closer you get to the best entry for FTM, the US dollar. If you wanted to just place your bet on a textbook bullish Gartley pattern at not the best, you know, in terms of value. If we go from like the major lows to high, because, you know, we had the ones that were like at 88% retraces, like OMG. This one's hit a 786, so you could still deep value areas for sure, man. Okay, so not bad, and yeah, this is definitely one where you could probably gauge a trade setup and having a stop loss maybe below like 22 cents. It'd be nice. I mean, just look like this is what it could be turning into, you know, like a left shoulder. ahead, and maybe, just maybe, if we're lucky, a right shoulder. How insane would that be? That's exactly where you want to see inverse head and shoulders, at completion zones of harmonic structures. So perfect, right? So yeah, egg, I mean, it looks good. It looks pretty good, especially if it's above 26 cents. That wick high from late January and the low from April 22nd. Yeah, it's good there. Pray for Bitcoin, because, I mean, everything follows Bitcoin, man. Gap fill for Bitcoin on CME futures at 24,300. It's there. It's there. It exists. Of course it could fill. Of course, man. And I mean, like, remember, dude, Bitcoin's that inflection point. The inflection point's like 40K to 41K. Breaking 41K, you still got some crap you got to deal with just above you, like 42 to 43, 44K. It's like so many, like, different areas, right? But if you can't break 40K, 39.8, if you can't break it, it's a long way down to 30K. You don't hold 30K, there's nothing there till that CME gap fill. So, of course it could happen. Murphy's Law, what can happen will happen. Like gap fills, if things are bad enough, that would be terrible for Michael Saylor. My God, dude's like wagering his kidneys next. I hear, going to the hospital, getting them taken out, and then buying Bitcoin with the proceeds. Wow. So, and if it was going to happen on any market, don't you think it could be this one? Yeah, the crypto market. And I'm not trying to put fear in people. I'm just like, there is a gap fill there. It exists. Like whatever, you know. And historically, they have filled. You just don't know when they're gonna fill. Okay. All right. As we look at total market cap, which first time of the day, you've hit that 200-day moving average. I'm sorry, this 200 moving average on the 4-hour. And you have, for the first time in a month, and failed to break it. You have failed to make a higher high than your June 3rd high or May 26th high. But everything's okay until you make a lower low than the 1.45 trillion June 12th low. You should make, and it kind of looks like Litecoin locally, right? A little bit. Remember, you want this 200 moving average to start up sloping, not down sloping. Gross. You don't want to be testing it as resistance. That's not really what you're looking for, dude. Okay. So mega range, right? Mega range between 1.3 trillion and 1.79 trillion, 1.78 trillion dollars. So you're kind of just like near the top end of it, but not at the top. So it's just very wide open spaces, man. So that is why, like, I haven't been like, oh my God, there's such a clear development on Bitcoin that makes things so easy to forecast, right? I haven't been saying that. It's been like, it's very difficult right now to determine what Bitcoin's going to do at this inflection point, besides the 4-hour that was showing bearish divergence yesterday. But what I have been saying is how, despite it failing or working out or not, I mean, it's just like 1,000 million other times in the past, it has played out. Right, just at the same time, you've had setups just like we're looking at right now on FTM that have failed, right? But it's like, that's technical analysis is about but you're able to strategize where you have your stop losses with minimal losses, right? Where, yeah, you take an entry on it because we've seen it play out a million times, but at the same time, there have been times where it hasn't played out and you get stopped out and the market rolls over and goes to much lower prices and you're out, you're cash, right? So, I mean, that's like what real TA is, and I'm trying to teach every day here. So, history repeating itself over and over and over again. There have been times when the same context as this, where the asset runs up and goes up like 500%, right? 200% in like a month or two, right? We saw it in March, right? We saw it in like February. We saw it in like January, okay? Where these trade setups present themselves and they go nuts. But then at the same time, we've seen in the past, even before that, where they set up like this and they fail. So it's just, okay, I don't know, man. I'm trying to articulate a point here. That nothing's certain. Even the best trade setups can fail and they can go lower, and it would have to do with Bitcoin. But the real ones here understand that. You get it, man. All right, next one. Next request. Okay, so we got Monero that, not really showing any kind of formal structure or anything like that, has tested for the past 24 hours plus the 200 moving average, closer to 48 hours, and failing to breach that 200 moving average. You can clearly see right here the 200 moving average is down sloping. It is resistance and is now falling below a critical support resistance back from history, I believe. Yeah, this February 2018 low. Maybe on the daily it's more clear. Yeah, look, it's like February 2018 a multitude of times. It's that high back from December 2017 as well. And really well below where you need to be above 291. You're at 265. So, really tough, man. Is it a big bear flag? It could be a big bear flag, but at the same time, it's like, dang, dude, it's like that can happen, but at the same time, you look at just lows to highs. I mean, we're talking the thing hit 88% retrace down here. I mean, that's value. You're above the 200-day moving average, holding it pretty well, but struggling to break a major high from February of this year. So it's just not easy, like on this one. Like there are a lot of questions where there are bullish signs, but at the same time, it's kind of not looking good either. It's not looking too great either locally. I think you fall below 265, you run a good chance of seeing 223 again. Very, very real support resistance from history. Over and over and over again, you see that. So that's where it could be headed if like that 200 moving average was you failed to break it and you were going to start marking down again. Your target would be 223. I think if you held it somehow, some way, where you kind of almost have hidden bearish divergence pretty well, Class C hidden bearish divergence, if you bucked that, you could run up to 330 again. So a lot of chop here, man. Kind of reminds me of like the way Bitcoin looked, COVID crash, just chopping around for so long, I like the local low than the higher low in earlier this month, but you're not making higher highs yet.
Gentlemen in the mix.
Is today the day the death cross occurs? Yeah. We'll go back and look at that. Okay. Next one is, can you believe it? My favorite coin of all time, dude. Of course, man. Of course. Oh, it's already on. Oh, not yet. All right. This is what it looks like right now. This is Shiba Inu coin to the US dollar on Coinbase. It hasn't been listed yet, but PK says it's getting listed tomorrow. So buckle up. We let the dogs out. Well, let's look at it on just another exchange where it exists. Data, well, yeah, Wyckoff Spring. Definitely looks like a Wyckoff Spring has happened, but look, the 200 moving average finally had the data, enough data to develop, and you've only tested it as resistance. And you're pulling back now. So what could be nuts is if this asset could go back down to 711, I'm sorry, what is that even? 700 1,000ths or 10,000ths of 1 penny. If it gets to the bottom of that could be a great entry, just for strategic Wyckoff ranges, if it gets down there. I don't know what's going to happen on the listing tomorrow, right? It doesn't really, when sentiment's bad, doesn't it? Isn't it really bad when things get listed? It's kind of like the inverse effect when you're in a bull market and it goes nuts, right? So I think like your most prudent area to be looking for a long on Shiba would be down at the 700 area, as you could see. Yeah, that's it. You're in the dead middle of a range, so obviously not a good area to long right now because you're flipping a coin, because it could hold here and then rally to 1098, 1216. Flip, and the coin lands on the other side of the coin, and then it goes down to 633, 709. So really tough here to be like, oh, as a range-bound trader, I can't wait to take a long right now. Nope. High risk both ways. That's okay though. I mean, whatever. You can be a Shiba Moon Boy holder, and who cares, right? You don't take action. You just do your thing, man. I don't know. What? Not tomorrow? It's been delayed due to technical issues. Well, that's real bad, probably, right? I mean, see at 700, probably. If it ever broke 1216, could see it 1693, 1721. I'm just going to say that, okay? Because it's so worthless. Yeah, these memes don't do well in bearish conditions, and we haven't really determined if the conditions are bullish yet.
Peace.
What's up, Dow Jones? Thanks for the 5, man. We've been live now 1 hour. If you're enjoying the live stream, the like button, the bell, so. Thanks, dude. Yeah, temporary delays, it can't be good, man, right, for like an asset. So I would just say wait. One could wait if they wanted to get in at a better area where it is easier to strategize entries, take profits, and stop losses. Waiting would be prudent. But who am I, right? That's your Shiba, PK, Pierre. All right, next one. This one looks still fine. Still looks fine, dude. Zynga, you know, getting kind of hit today with a lot of other things. Anything above 992, I think, is awesome, right? Very good. You even got maybe just a little bit of hopium here. It's real, though. I can see it. You know, it's like an X, an A, a B, a C, a D. Wow, that's like a textbook bullish Gartley right there, man. All right. We'll see how that plays out. Let's see if we can make another consecutive higher low above $10. One low, a second low, maybe a third low. Yeah, it's don't like, you know, when I did identify this, you were rallying, and I'm not really feeling good about a low or a high, a lower high again, and now another lower high. So now you just got this kind of shorter term price contraction going on. And, you know, you break $10, it could be a long way down. You know, it could definitely be, like, go down to $8. So you think Zynga could certainly still be at an area where could be low risk. I want to see it above 1054, right? Those two peaks right there. So you're in an inflection zone. It's kind of similar to Bitcoin in terms of like, it's all about the ifs here. You break $10, you're probably gonna have a nasty markdown. Okay, you break 1054, you could have a really nice rally to $12.
Just bought you. Take a look. TX.
Yeah, someone else requested that too. Yeah, we'll look at ICP. It's on the list for sure. Okay, man, thank you. Sorry about the noises, dude. The OBS is screwed up.
Love your EA. Can we see how Hex is looking after sell-off?
Sure, we sure can. Thank you, Walter, man. Much love. Appreciate supporting the stream. That's what it's about, dude. You're supporting the stream. And, yeah, man, this is crowdsourced 100%. There is no advertising, monetization. I don't have sponsors. You are my sponsor. You, the viewers. How about that? So, not looking as good as it probably was when we identified that peak, or I'm sorry, that valley, that second valley, the higher low. Not as good, but you know, like your danger zones, right? Below $10, you could be in a lot of trouble. Technically, it could have a nasty markdown to much lower lows. And you think about an X, an A, a B, a C, and then a D down here. Could be a huge harmonic or something, right? Not as easy on this one as it was. New data developed and made it not as easy. Excuse me. Build-A-Bear up 2.2% today. It is nuts. It's crazy. It finally broke a downtrend it had been in for far, far, far too long. What a bump and run, right? We got to do some hindsight TA because I can't help you here. I can't help you when an asset looks like this. But Bulkowski's bump and run, you know. It was pretty much like a big falling wedge in the end, but I'm just talking about one on the top, January 2015, the second top, July 2015. Those one and two. And once you broke that, yes, it started rallying beforehand, sure, but like when it broke that, that's what he talks about. Bulkowski's bump and run, man. Look at that beautiful old range.
Hey Mitch,
Hey.
Can you look at Bitcoin Cash? Thanks.
So Rolls Royce Network. Thanks, dude. Yes, of course. We can and we will. Yes. So after the bump and run, the asset has appreciated in value at its highest point, 220% in 100 days. 100 days. So you've hit what? A major inflection point, a potential reversal area where it was around $20, the low from 2005. Multiple times, August 2006, look a high, October of 2007, and where you did up thrust a multitude of times in 2015. You were at it again, man. So it's either you break it and you go up and test like $32, or you test it and fail a couple times and you go all the way down to $9.76, $10, or $3. So definitely, certainly not an area to be like, hey, great time to long, but can't just keep going up, man. You flip the coin. Remember, it's all about the coin flip when you don't have a true edge. Again, I just told you in 100 days it's up 220%. That's not a value trade. That's, I mean, anything above $3 was good, because look left from history. From 2008 and 2012, it fell below it and it sprung. And when it sprung, and even look at this, you zoom in and you can even see what happened. It sprung and back tested spring, the date of October 30th, 2020. Almost happy Halloween. It was a crazy Halloween for Build-A-Bear because they probably do Halloween stuff too. I don't know. But that was it, dude. Like, that's the stuff you look for, man. That's the smart money. That's the genius money. Taking their longs at ice lines from over 10 years ago, where, look, it was even regarded as resistance in June of 2020, but again, it broke it and then back tested it and confirmed it was once support before, many years ago, became support again, and you never saw those prices again, and it was gone, right? So those were the areas to be maybe looking at this as an opportunity where the smart money was acquiring their position, and now it's all Rudy Poo. It's all dumb money. It's all, oh my God, is Build-A-Bear on Wall Street Bets, dude? Probably. Let's talk about Wall Street Bets, dude. At an area where it has certainly, in history, reversed violently to the downside. And it's truly, since it broke it in 2007, it's never truly been able to break it for real and run up to the next real resistance again. It's never been able to do that. So maybe this time, dude, but have fun betting on that, like, You're looking, like, even for your requests on this stream, you're looking for assets that are down here at levels like that, and they're back testing springs. They're doing the stuff we've been talking about. All right. Anyway, thanks, dude. Michael. All right, next one. This was not a 10-year trade. What are you talking about, dude? Noise! This is not a 10-year trade at all. This is October 2020.
Can you look at Gush
220%
Direction
in 100
daily?
days.
Was $15,000 in 2018. Now it's $97.
Yeah, sounds like a an ETN, right? 3-time levered ETF with like decay on it or something, right? Gush, isn't it? Thank you. MRB, thank you, dude. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, let me see here. Let me see what's going on. Oh god. Dude, all I remember hearing like, I'm so long on this asset. I love this asset. I keep hearing, but I took a long, dude. It was so good. Look at it. It's like, how can people keep taking longs on this trash, dude? Okay, so you said a butterfly though, right? I mean, it's like there's thousands of assets out there, you know, and they're ones that I haven't identified, nor has anyone else in this community, that are showing the things I just talked about on the other asset, the Springs, the back test of Springs from 2010 and stuff. They're out there, man. You got to scan and find them yourself. But like, and then you got people that want to still look at things like this, that are just lower highs, lower lows since they were created. I mean, it's almost like ICP was created just to dump on everyone's head, so the people who created it could make money and you could get wrecked. He's talking about a butterfly. This is his butterfly. At a 1272, what does that mean? That means it's like at the upper echelons of its pattern completion zone, right? Where you know it could get much worse. It could go to the 144 eventually. Think about if Bitcoin rolls over, which it's starting to roll over. Okay, it's at 38,200, down about 5%, lows of the day for Bitcoin, not able to hold on to that 38,554 support resistance from January. So this thing could get much worse. You know, 1414, 3886, and then your worst case scenario for a butterfly, 1618. Which if any asset out there was going to do it, it would probably be this one, right? What other asset in crypto looks like this? Not many. It's terrible. At least the other ones are making 88, 90% retraces from their previous lows from December and September, right? This thing could go to 1313, and it wouldn't be weird, right? Yeah, that's ICP, man. Wow. Can't believe people keep asking about that. I keep hearing that the ticker ICP, and it's like, why? Why do I keep hearing the ticker about ICP? Terrible. Awful. Like, worst performer maybe ever in crypto right now. But I know the guy who like made it or something. ICP will flip Google, dude. Yeah, man. Of course. Anyway, good music set. I like it. I'm kind of digging it a little bit. QTT. My God, can't catch a break. Just 3 drives, rallied, but made a lower high, and now another lower low, May 13th, but now maybe a higher low. But dude, it is just unable to make anything happen at these levels. But you can't give up on it because it's still like above the PCZ, right? The 886. Right, just extend out the 886, and it's still right there. Still right at it, man. Wow, dude. I would prefer it gets back above 221. It just keeps failing. But good news, locally, hey, look at this little mini cipher. A little beautiful little mini cipher, but it's perfect. It is perfect. But it's just like it played out. You're still below 221. Just you gotta keep making higher lows, and you gotta get above 221. You have to, man. So hard to say. It can only go to 0, I guess. Still better than ICP, right? I can't even pronounce how to say this thing. Qtautio Incorporated. All right, kind of a loser. But, you know, losers can reverse eventually, and you're at the area where it could reverse eventually. It's just stuck, man. Stuck in a rut. Okay. So not dead and out yet, just a disappointing performer with all that bullish divergence on the third low, rallied to make a lower high, and just it sucks below 221. But you get why I'm saying it's okay, because it's still at the 886, and it's still locally trying to now, for the first time, make higher lows. Not doing very well with the the collective macro selling off today. QTT better than ICP. All right, next one. Bueller. The next request. Wow, it's pretty interesting. Kind of interesting, right? It's like, okay. Can't say it's not making higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows. Over no again. Above that support resistance 733, trying to hold it, man. God, you can't hold it. This is one of those where it's like not the best context for the harmonic, because we want the best context for the harmonic is like after a big drawdown like that, then it presents itself. Now it's like, it's at the top. It could be a continuation. I mean, it's okay. I love the way the oscillators are. What's up, Elliot, dudes? My man.
Bruh.
September because of work. However, I've watched every single stream the day or two behind, and OMG, the content is amazing. June 2nd marked 2-year anniversary. Thank you so much.
Elliot, man, thanks for the 76, and here's some Leroy Jenkins for you. Thank you, man. I'm glad you get value out of the stream. And you're still watching, right? Because in these times, the numbers are going to keep dwindling away until I'm back to 2018 levels. Thank you, dude.
Grand Super chatted $49.99.
God.
Can you check out a bullish Gartley on soybeans?
Soybeans!
CS1.
Commodity hype. Yeah, we'll look at soybeans, bro. Thank you, man. Soybean futures. Thank you for the 50. Let's go. So this is why it's being requested, because that is a textbook, without a doubt, bullish shark pattern. A reaction low, a confirmation low. Very, very good bullish divergence, bad action magnet move confirmation on that second low on the RSI. Beautiful, man. Very, very good. Seller exhaustion on a second low, and that second low and first low are higher than the previous low on December 30th, and those, so you're in a really nice uptrend right now. Major inflection point, like below 733 could be really bad. You could have a really bad time where you don't hold this. You could go fill a gap all the way at $5, right? That's a gap fill down there. So you gotta be careful. I mean, but hey, at least you can say if one was gonna take a shot on JNC, Jounce Therapeutics, biotech, man. If one was gonna take a shot, it's pretty easy to strategize it, right? You're at levels where it'd be like, okay, we won't be taking long, and this is where there could be tremendous upside, but at the same time, a lot of downside too if it doesn't hold. Any help on the daily though? Daily's not as good. I mean, the MACD was looking really good. RSI didn't really show divergence. It was close. As you can see, it's a lot clearer here that how important the March 2019 level of 733 is. Very, very important, man. You don't hold it, you're in trouble. So that's what I'm saying. You get it. It's not as strong of a context where you want to see harmonics normally after huge drawdowns. But it's there and is definitely visible on the daily. That harmonic structure, the bullish shark. Yeah, it's very pretty. It's a very pretty pattern. There was lots of MACD divergence, still is, and it could be an area where you take a shot. Sure could, man. All right, that's it, dude. Jounce is pretty interesting. that's weird. Okay, so moving on. Next one. Gonna be Hex. Hex down 8.3%, hitting that golden mean ratio as discussed yesterday on stream. 2 days in a row. Kind of tweezer topped up there and reversed. Why? Because that's the second profit taking level of the trade setup. People going to take profit at major areas. I don't care what anyone says, even the founder of the coin. That was and has been respected for now. No one can take that away, not even Richard Hart himself. Okay, that was utilized as an area where people strategically exited a position or just took profit, whatever. It doesn't mean that the trend's over. It doesn't mean it's going to zero. It doesn't mean anything besides, oh, people take profit at profit-taking levels if they can, and they did. Get over it. It went and it back tested May 21st high as support before rallying, so it's okay. You ever break 10 cents, you could go straight up to 14.2 cents, no problem. But yeah, nothing wrong with a little pullback today, and if Bitcoin keeps rolling over, then it could keep rolling over too, even though it's been bucking it. And yes, there is that chance for bearish divergence to develop on the daily. It looks like it could be in development right now. Hex, there you go, dude. I'm so surprised by it selling off at this level. Wow. Moving on. Bitcoin Cash. Where, yeah, it looked perfect, but sorry, dude.
China to me, China.
When Bitcoin rolls over, it will too.
Hey Shillers, you wanna talk like that? We'll send you to slip and fall school. Get here. Anyways Mitch, love the show. I bet you can find the old Dictom trading view, can ya? They having a real week of doom. 0.0196470 LTC.
You know, I like the kid though. I like Christopher Moltisanti. I like it. He's got his nose. It's like a natural canopy, right? Richie April, thanks for the 325. It's the jacket. He had the toughest reputation in Essex County, but not when I got through with him. He later died of Alzheimer's.
Anyway,
sorry, Sopranos overload.
Weekly and coin on daily time frame. Thank you, Mitch.
What's up, Curtis Street? Thanks for 20. Yeah, well, look at the weed stock. Thank you, dude. Yeah, one at a time. Don't overload. Thank you, dude. So not dead. I mean, still okay. Even if it goes to 550, it's still okay. But what do you expect in a homogenous market when Bitcoin sells off and breaks support? What do you think Bitcoin Cash is gonna do? What do you think they're all gonna do? They're all gonna roll over. Yeah. Yep. They're all gonna roll over. And I just said we had this talk right earlier today where it's like even a great looking trade setup can fail. It can look amazing, but if Bitcoin itself is screwed, everything's screwed. And the trade setups will fail. Stop losses will get hit. It will roll over and you could go to $300, man. $278, I'm a god, dude, right? Yeah, if the trend is over and we're going to 25K to fill the gap, sure, it's done, dude. Forget altcoins. They're screwed if that happens. But we don't know that. And so we see these patterns that are predictable, that have occurred 1,000 plus times over 100 years.
China to
right?
me, China.
And we take our bets
China.
there at those low risk
That's
areas.
the only person I know that can smoke a cigarette in the rain. 0.0197250 LTC.
I'm not saying anything against him. He's my homie. My what? You know, he's my homie. We live by each other. You want to go to slip and fall school? I can't remember what he said. Yeah, dude. Thanks, dude. Richie April, my man. All right. I love that show, dude. Leave me alone. Let me enjoy my pop culture references, TTSs in peace. Thank you, dude. Okay. Can have all the makings of a varsity athlete, right? But not if Bitcoin rolls over. Not if Bitcoin gets arrested by the feds. Anyway. That's your Bitcoin Cash. Okay, next one. Which, again, Gush is an ETN. So, yeah, there's decay, natural decay. Not something you hold long term. It's more of a day trader's tool. Yep, there it is. 3-time levered. No, 2-time levered. Oh, God, that noise is disgusting.
Mitch, thanks for the TA. Can you check out Hydra?
We'll look at Hydra, dude. Alright. Thank you, man. Steven. We'll get a Sopranos tip variation. Yeah, but I gotta figure out what number would be good for that, you know? Yeah. He says Gush. Gush was something, and then it's not. Oh yeah. It's like, so, energy's been terrible until recently, until like COVID crash, and ever since then it's been doing things, right? So, you probably would want to look at energy or oil itself, the spot price, because it's just hard to, you know, look. I mean, yeah, it gets wrecked, man. Gets wrecked. Decay. So if it was going to do anything, man, it was going to keep going, you'd think a gap fill at $200 would be in store in time, right? That's it. $200 gap fill would be your target. It's at its highest levels since March 6th, the COVID crash. That's it. That's its highest levels right now. So, no, that noise is not to troll anyone. That is Stream Elements sucking, dude. And just has really weird bugs. I can't help it, man. Next one. Ooh, soybean hype. Yeah, so you're asking about bullish Gartley, but then again, it's like, dude, the context is terrible. Terrible context for a bullish Gartley, right? I mean, you're talking, no, I don't care if it is or not, dude. It's such bad, like, there is no, like, reward or risk. It makes no sense up here. It's too high. It went straight up, dude. The time to be caring about soybeans was May of last year, when you were back testing springs from, my God, 2009. That was the time to care about soybeans. We did look at soybeans. We were looking at commodities. Looked great. Corn too. They looked amazing back then. They were hitting 2014 levels, or corn was. That was it, dude. That's smart money. This is Rudy Poo dumb money. I don't care if there's a Gartley up here, because what was your upside potential? It's barely anything compared to the downside potential on this, okay? So soybean futures, man, you gotta wait, dude. You gotta wait before it makes any sense to be taking longs. Don't get sucked into this, dude. There was bearish divergence, extremely nasty bearish divergence in the weekly, twice, or just on the MACD and RSI. I think there's tremendous downside potential on soybeans. Okay. Burley's at 50% retracement, go down to, like, you know, 1200, you know, right here. That I have in 2016 or something. You just, no, this is a big off limits thing, okay? It's beautiful of a range, though. It's absolutely gorgeous. And I don't care if it goes up, because you have to abide by, when you're talking about range-bound assets, the time to be taking longs on range-bound assets are at the bottom, not near the top, right? That's all you gotta do. Zoom out and see where we are, and it's crazy. Let's go, dude. Let's go. Let's just skip the original movies and just watch the sequel. Bueller.
Is that a joint?
Alright, next request. I mean, you had all the time, man. You had an inverse head and shoulders. You had a spring back test. It was the Jesus. It was handed to you on a silver platter down here. Smart money. May of 2020. Not anymore. Silver platter for bearish now. Time short opportunity. And anyone who took profit or shorting is banking right now, at least in the short term, right? Yep, you would agree. Join the live stream with the like button below, so there's my video. No one's done a 1 minute request today. I can't believe it. Thought that was gonna happen. I guess not. Well, that's okay, dude. Have I heard of it? Yeah, I've heard of it. James Gandolfini's like real life son is gonna play Tony or something, right? Well, I do think things have changed on pot stocks, where the whole trend has been ushered in as a reversal. Yeah, it went nuts, dude. And the correction, I don't know how long it's gonna last, but you're above the 200-day moving average, which is good. Anything above 1515, I think, is spectacular, because that's a low point from 2020. There's just not much data down here, right? If you don't hold 1515, you go to 1063, which is a very strong support where you could always eventually test that. You're not making, you just recently made a lower low than your previous low locally, but a higher high, and you went up and you tested what? A major area that makes sense for a reversal. So you just make another higher low here at some point. I mean, it does seem like things have turned around, right? And on, high volume, they've turned around. Yes, that was weird. That was crazy. Buying climax, it was in the news and all this stuff, and it pulled back. Doesn't mean like it's all over. It has made like a relatively reasonable deep retrace, between 786 886, right? So value down there. Back in mid-May around 1371. I think above 1515, there could just be more upside involved for the asset, where it goes to 2288 again, 3367, then $51, and then 64, and then 82 after that. So just keep making higher lows in the trend. I mean, this could be a long-term hold. Not even kidding. This could be just something one is investing in, because it's clearly reversed its trend and it was ushered in with the textbook bullish cipher.
Gentlemen,
That we'd identified this thing when it was on the way down, and it hit it, and there was like not much of an edge thing. There was divergence to the MACD, and just went it off. It was perfect, literally incredible. And these are the contexts you are looking for harmonics, not when they're like up here, like we've been seeing people request lately, where this is where it makes sense. Okay, they're like cyclical reversals, when they are here in this context. Nokia, Ford, right? Bitcoin in 2019, and when it's up, it's already been making higher highs, higher lows. The trend's bullish continuation. I just don't think they're as reliable or as strong as reversals, or continuations. All right, so it's okay. I don't see it. I think 1515 would obviously be the best, because that's like where spring back test to spring could be implied, where that would be the area. Have an alert set up at 1550. Crypto street, right? Because you just look, it's like kind of straight up, straight down, in between, that's your lower risk. And anything above 200-day moving average is always good, right? It's where we need to see Bitcoin, and it's below it. Go. Next one. For Steven. Steven. Oh god, you talking about the S coin? Wheel. It's been a while. Definitely been a while. Got to extend out the data. Well, it broke that supply line, rallied and hit the top. It broke the supply line, ran up to the top of the range, right where the sell walls are, and failed to break it. Sold off again, and then like that uptrend, right? The demand line was never really truly tested, got very close, and is rallying again. But at this point, man, I'm starting to look at it and be like, this bearish Garley territory, right? Just kind of eyeballing here. Let's mess with it. You can get the 786 here. You better be careful, especially if the Bitcoin crypto, the whole market rolls over. Yep, bearish Gartley territory. You get a little closer, that is where a major reversal could occur. 43.21. That's where people will be taking shorts. Okay. I wouldn't, I'd be careful on this one, okay? Nice uptrend though for now. Yes, very true. Right? Very nice uptrend, but also at the same time, you could say it's range-bound asset. Range-bound asset. 786 lines up with a couple of resistances from April 8th and May 1st, making a stronger PCZ of a textbook bearish Gartley. Don't ever ignore Gartleys, man. They are unbelievably reliable. Yeah, so there might be a little more upside, but at $43, you better be careful, man. Just be careful. You catch a major gnarly reaction, and what does that imply? That just means this is an area where this could happen. Okay, just pointing it out. That's Hydra. Your request, Steven. Thanks, man. The 20. Chat dead. Wow. Oh my God. You know, if I'm not looking at the view list because I'll get depressed, but if I was to take a guess based on the amount of chat, talking, typing right now, I would say there are like maybe 15 people watching this stream. Like, not even kidding. I'm getting less chat engagement in this stream than someone who has like 20 people watching them. It's so bad, dude. I don't even know what to do. You know, it's like, I don't care about money. You know, I care about, like, you know, kind of, hey, growing as a streamer, as a community and all that. And dang, dude, sub counts gone, dude. I'm getting like 10 new subs a day. I get one person per 5 minutes typing in the chat. It's awful. It's depressing, dude. All right. Makes me be like, is it even worth it? Like, do people even care anymore? You know, I just don't know. So that's it, man. I got through all the requests. There's 18 minutes till the daily candle close. We've looked at a lot of assets today. You know, thanks for all the requests. Some better than others. Negative Momo still building. You know, there could be hidden bullish divergence all the way up until 34,860. Okay. Whatever, man. Hey, if you don't watch me, you can watch Crown at like 2 a.m. if you're in the States. You know, he will provide as much, if not more, content than me. All right. That's all good, dude. I mean, it just makes me think, all right, let me try to, you know, reassess things in my life. Let me figure it out, dude.
Noise!
Dolexivate $20-30 calls prior to merger completion.
I don't know, dude. Thanks for the 20. And the really weird sounds. Oh, it looks great, man. It looks like really good again. Like, Churchill, Capital, anything above. I remember we talked about it. It was trash below $21, but it was really good above $21. Right? I mean, like, that's it, dude. It kind of just, it found its bottom at 1771. You know, it's now trying to paint a higher low, trying to get back over that 200 moving average. Hidden bullish divergence could be in development on the MACD on the 4 hour anyway. Right, momentum could be shifting or attempting to shift, right? Obviously, it would be best if you could back test $21. You didn't quite get there at all. From your low point to high point, 84-85% retrace, right? I think anything above $21 long enough, where, man, right there, that $25 area. If you break that, I think you could very well see $32 to $35. Okay, based on the new data. All right, I hated it below $21. I'm okay with it above $21. It's all about what the data does, right? So when new data presents itself, you change your tune. You're insane to not. If new data presents itself and you stick to the same, you know, consensus you had before the new data presented itself, you're insane. You're psycho, right? You shouldn't be doing this. So I do like this thing above 21 bucks. Okay, I like it really above anything above 1771 because that's a higher low. So anything above 21 runs the chance of seeing $32.45 to $35. Okay, there you go, dude. That's where it could roll. $30 callers, that'd be good. Nick, yep. Because, you know, you'd exceed it if it was to hit that target up there, that high from March 16th, the inflection point. Okay. All good, dude. All good. Churchill Capital Corporation 4. So there you go, man. What happened? Bearish divergence at the top of a range manifested into TA being technically respected. Yep, that happened. If you watch the stream every day, you're like, yep, there was definitely impending price action reversal on the MACD histogram apparent, evident, and it at inflection points when you see bearish divergence, that is when the probability is higher that a reversal would occur. And it has occurred and is in the midst of playing out. No telling how far it's going to sell off before it pivots again, or it pivots and rallies to, test that area again, or if it ever is going to, okay? Very important areas that you failed to break. Just hopefully you can make another higher low and things will be okay, man. Here comes the noise. Let's see if I can. Hold on. Did that work?
What chart platform do you use? I've been watching a month and I am trying to get started by following your techniques on my own.
Trading View. My friend, Trading View.
Education. Can you go over the spread allowed on harmonics? How close to the Fibonacci measured move for you to co-side or legit?
3% is Scott Carney. That's from the man himself at our steak dinner in Miami. Okay, 3%.
When viewership is low, that is a bullish signal for me. Moon boys are getting cleaned up and the real will stay to watch our streams. Keep your head up, dude. You had a great year and I made gains thanks to this stream.
Oh yeah, dude. No one's talking about like money, dude. It's not about the money. I keep saying that. It's like not about that. It's about the other aspects, right, of your career, I guess, which would be kind of streaming some, like
thoughts.
It's like, an attitude of wanting to see growth and getting better, things getting better. But, that's just like when you're, it's really tough when you're kind of, what you do, full time kind of is dictated by price action of a very speculative asset that's, called Bitcoin. Of course. So thank you, dude. Thank you, Kenny. Thank you, Respect the Medalon. 37.8. What is this? The month-long previous downsloping resistance on the 4-hour. I know what you're talking about, probably, right? Right here? Kind of like this. Something like that. Or maybe that. That's got to be it, right? Oh, it's very possible, dude. And it wouldn't be weird at all if it tested that, Wouldn't be weird at all, man. You test it, your negative Momo builds. You keep building, but you still end up making a higher low than 34,800, and hidden bullish divergence develops, and then you pivot and you rally again, and you go up to test 40K once more, and then that would be really nice. That would be insanely nice. That would be like, you understand, if you were to sell off here and make a higher low than 34,800 anywhere, right? Say you go down to whatever.
Gentlemen.
And if you were to start rallying there, that would be what you would consider, I'm not kidding, a potential partial decline. Because it's a rectangle. I think you're certainly in a rectangle right now. It's undeniable. You're crazy. No, dude, this isn't a rectangle at all. How? How is this not a rectangle? So if it does this and pivots here and begins to rally, potential partial decline, and if it ever runs back up to test 40,000 to 40,600 again, okay, then you have a 70% chance of a breakout to the upside. 70% chance. So that's what we're hoping for. Wherever this is going to sell off, it's going to keep selling off. It's trying to break that Elon Musk support, right, from late January. And wherever it sells off to, just be a higher low than 34,800, please. Let the hidden divergence develop. Let it back test some sort of supply line that was just brought up by Melon. And then pivot and rally and see 40K again. And then 70% chance of breakout where that can happen. Okay, just saying. But, same time, hey, you could roll over and break through that and go all the way back down to 30K, man, all right? All right, we got 10 minutes till your daily candle close. Thanks so much for being here, everyone. Much love. Of course, man, 6 months ago, I've like doubled up, in 6 months, but Why 7%? Because that is Bulkowski's research done on traditional markets. That's just his number. That's his concluded research over hundreds of different partial declines, whether they were with broadening formations, broadening patterns, or rectangles. Anytime a potential partial decline became a confirmed partial decline, 70% of the time there's a breakout at the upside. That's it. That's his Thomas N. Bulkowski's research, not mine. That is why he has an op. Okay. That's right, J-Mob. Yep. It's not even about money. It's just about when you do it every day, and you're averaging 10 to 15K views on every stream, and you just keep watching. Every day you go live, you're not changing anything you're doing. You're still helping people. You're still getting that fulfillment, right? People's lives are still positively being affected by you, but it's just 10K, 9K, 8K, 7K, 6K views, 5K views. Literally lost half the people that watch this every day are gone. It's like, it's just tough, man. I'm just being honest with you and real, because I'm just myself, dude. I'm not like, there's no persona here. If you know me, if you've met me in real life now, it's the same person that's live streaming that's in real life. So it's just, I'm just being honest with you, just telling you my feelings, man. All right. So we got 8 minutes. I don't know, man. I'm gonna try to run out the clock. I'll try to. Real. You gotta wonder, where's the bottom? If there's not, what's the bottom on Bitcoin? What's the bottom on how many people stop watching my stream? That we're watching. That's what's crazy. We'll survive, dude. Thanks for the 800 people tuned in. First time checking today. What do y'all have to say, man? No, it's about a 618. Getting closer to a 786 on retrace on viewership. For real.
Noise!
Pick something you want to look at.
Okay, I saw something. It was pretty cool. Merck and Company. Today. It was off a shark. You got 3 rising valleys, breaking a resistance zone. Is that it? I don't know why that. I'm really liking this classic accumulation structure on MRK. Alright, 1, 2, 3. You know what it reminds me of? In ways, okay, it's not perfect, but this I have this memory. This old memory on Micron. Okay, let me show you here. This old memory, dude, where it was just, oh, that's so pretty. That's so pretty, man. And it's just wait a second, what's going on here on Merck and Company? Above $75. I mean, this is what happened to Micron. Dude, Micron was insanely perfect, dude. It was look at that beautiful, beautiful, bearish, deep crab. Went a little higher, hit almost $100. Hit the 2000 highs and then reversed, and it's trying to pivot here and make a higher low, but don't know how deep the retrace is going to be. But I'm just compared from history, something I had seen that played out, and this was identified. Patrons were pinged about it before any of this move happened, and that's what it's about, man. Identifying bullish structures that we know from history that have been reliable. Let's see if this can break through. There's a lot of resistance, I guess, but there could be a lot of upside. I mean, you're talking on MRK, 83 bucks maybe. It's just kind of well off. It's low. I wish I'd have seen this a few days ago. I really liked from one low to the second low. The really nice bullish convergence in oversold territory that's really strong. So that's good stuff, man. All right, that's it. Me looking at something you wanted me to look at, right? So. Rules of 3. That's right. Let's see what happens, Larry. Yeah, it is summer. Hey, Zach Monty, thanks for the 20, dude. Sorry, I was doing this, I guess, when you tipped. Much love, man. Really appreciate the support. Our cupeth runneth over. So we got 4 minutes. Running out the clock situation here, okay? Till your daily candle stream. Or your daily candle closes. Sorry. We're streaming right now. There's like, you know, there's always a chance, man. Like we talked about potential partial decline. It's very possible, man. Like, you know, very, very possible. Just remember 2017, there was a very similar situation in the summer that was extremely uncertain. People didn't know. It looked similar. It looked like, oh, we're going to heck, man. It's gonna dump so bad. But then somehow bids came in and it broke through major resistance points. And you rallied and eventually continued part 2 of the bull cycle, that crazy, crazy uptrend, man. I'm just here for the Jesus chimes, dude. Here for the Jesus chimes in 2 minutes. You're never gonna hear the hype song again. Daily 4-hour piles. It's almost like, dude, Raul Paul's posted the chart, comparative chart from 2017. I mean, you're just right at the last part before rally.
It's time to grow the beard again. It's the ultimate reversal indicator.
This is the most hair I've had on my face since I had a beard, so I don't know, dude. It's starting to show white in my beard, so I don't like growing it out anymore.
Mitch, thank you for all that you do. I've had some great times learning from you and will never forget the pump we had in 2019.
Yeah, those
Best
were nuts,
stream
dude.
on internet, hands down.
Zach, man,
Thank
those
you,
were
brother.
nuts times. Those were crazy. I do miss the pumps. We haven't had, I mean, it's just been so, like, I just really been, like, kind of, wow, not even the pumps, like, in late March were kind of just not the same as what we were getting, like, on the way up, man, you know? So, yeah, man, it's been a while. We're in a drought, a hype drought. That's what we're calling it, a hype drought. That's right, I'm getting old, man. But when I shave, I look like I'm in my 20s. Yeah. Anyway. Less than 1 minute, okay, for the Jesus chimes. Nine seconds. Here we go, chat. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. A new day has been born. We did it, man. The 4 hour, we just closed below the 200 moving average. Gah. What the heck, dude? What the heck? Yeah, we closed below it, man. Alright, so that's why I was here. Negative Momo is going to continue to build. Yes, you could very well sell off to like 36.7, and it wouldn't be weird, man. Wouldn't be weird at all. Okay, so I really appreciate the likes, love, support, contributions, everything in between. We're gonna get through this chat one day at a time. The grind is on. That's okay, man. At least some altcoins are showing opportunity. Whether we don't know if the trades are gonna fail or succeed. We don't have to know where an asset's going to make money. Technical analysis is about helping us manage our risk. Okay, predictable patterns that have been playing out for over 100 years across all markets, including this one. I mean, this one's only been like 10, 11 years or whatever, but still, the way they've been playing out implies it is reliable, okay? So risk management, that's what we use TA for. We don't use it for tea leaf reading or astrology or Rudy Poo stuff, okay? And I think you understand that if you keep coming back and watching this stream and you're applying the things I'm teaching, okay? So we'll get through it, man. It's just, the hype's fun, man. And like, you know, you get used to the hype and you get kind of really into the hype. And when it goes away, it's like, oh man, just give me some hype, man.
Seriously learned so much from you, brother. This stream seriously changed my life. It didn't happen overnight though, and I guess the others don't know that. Anything worth learning is worth learning right.
Thank you, Zash, man. Well put. Yes. Methodical process.
Thanks,
self-development. Thank you, Justin Bond, for the 20. Thank y'all both. Wow. Y'all amazing, dude, okay? Yeah, don't ever, even if you stop watching the stream, just try to take some things I've taught you to heart and apply them and then master them, right? Rudy Poo is a Paul Feinbaum reference. Don't worry about it, dude. No one even knows what that is. So,
Noise! I remember just getting into crypto, watching altcoin daily make BS price predictions. I was so green, I pissed grass. Then I found Mitch Ray, the realist. Knowledge is its own reward, and persistence the gas that makes it run.
Persistence is the gas that makes it run, dude, right? Yep. Perseverance through the times like this that are just dead, man. Thank you, dude, for the 1337. I really appreciate it. Very kind words. Y'all are amazing. See, this is what I'm saying, dude. Like, man, best community out there, hands down, for the real ones, the ones that are like true members, right? Not like the fair weather ones that just come and go like the wind, right? Never heard that though about peeing grass. Can't feel good. Yeah, when will the first person in the community get a bullish harmonic tattoo on their body? Whoever it is, you must tell us so we can revere you. Yeah, dude.
The hype of that stream with Vet and Gavin, hard to beat.
You're right, dude. That was it, dude. Like, it was like a supernova. And what happens after supernovas? Black holes, right? Sometimes, right? It can happen. So, maybe. I don't know. The star can turn into a black hole. It collapses in on itself. I can't remember the life cycle of the star. They do different things, okay? But anyway, you know, it's like, it's kind of like after a supernova, no matter what, it just, nothing can compete with it, right? Energy wise, being expended. So everything else afterwards is like, wow, nothing, right? So that was definitely kind of like a buying climax of this channel, 100%. It was like if this stream was the, you know, was on a chart, it would just be like the gold 2200 and then the dump, and now we're just going through a major correction afterwards. But we're still in a multi-year uptrend, right? Long-term uptrend, but you can't beat a buying climax like the Vet Moon Boy Gavin Crown battle. And I don't even know if there will be a part 2. You know, it doesn't feel like it right now. Anyway. Cool stuff. Y'all have been actually typing in the chat a little bit, so that's cool, man. Thanks, appreciate it. It's fun, you know, talking to you sometimes versus just at you, you know, which is, y'all force my hand to talk at you because you don't even type. So yeah, airline companies, cruise line companies, yeah, they like made deep retraces from the 2008-2009 lows, 88%, back testing old areas from even further back. I think it was incredible. Yeah, they were low risk areas for sure, for like position trades or investments. Yeah. David, thank you, man, for joining the Patreon. I really appreciate it, dude. Yeah, we went over Hex today, yes. Thanks, Cruelty. Babanaya, thanks, dude. So it's been fun, y'all. Good stream. Over 2 hours now, I've been live. So we'll be back. Seriously, y'all amazing. We'll get through it, dude. The hype will return. Just don't know how long. So just keep investing in ourselves, and we just keep looking for low risk, high reward opportunities where the composite operator is acquiring his position so we can ride his coattails and make money. Okay. We are the inverse of Wall Street Bets, the inverse of the Moon Boys. Okay. We ride with the CEO, the composite man. I'll be back. Till next time. Respect the T. Hey.
robot. I like robots. I have a robot vagina.
Bow to your sensei. Bow to your sensei!
And then, just like that,
Adios, turd nuggets.